Rachel, 50 games into the season, and the Lakers' two stars remain out. So how concerned are they in L.A. about playoff positioning here?
I mean, you have to be concerned, right? And I understand all the people who say, hey, put LeBron and Anthony Davis healthy on a team and they could take on anyone. And that's true. And in a 7-game series, I have total confidence that even if those guys aren't fully back healthy until the end of the regular season, they can get it going in the playoffs. And that is a formidable defending championship team. But we have a play-in tournament this year. So if they drop anywhere between the 7th and 10th spot in the conference, which is certainly possible while these guys are both still out, and they end up there at the end of the regular season, they will have to go into single elimination, double elimination games. And we know from the NCAA tournament, anything can happen. So you saw them pick up Ben McLemore today. He's been shooting well from 3. I think that was partly to sort of help stem the tide here. They're still waiting for Andre Drummond to come back and try to get going until AD and LeBron can get healthy.
It is wild to think about a play-in situation with this Lakers team just a couple months ago before these injuries, but that is reality here. Let's go out in the East. And speaking of injuries, news just coming in that James Harden will be out for at least the next 10 days before being reevaluated. How will this impact the Nets here in the next couple weeks?
I mean, look, the Nets have the ultimate luxury. They have 3 superstars, and we have seen all season how that has helped them. They have continued to win games, even though Kevin Durant has been out. Kyrie Irving has been out in stretches. James Harden is now out. And the reason they've been able to do it is because they have the other superstars to step up. James left that game last night at the 4-minute mark, but Kyrie dropped 40, so they won the game anyway. And sure enough, as we get the news that James Harden is out for 10 days, we do expect Kevin Durant to be back in the lineup finally after being out with his own hamstring issue for a couple months. He should be back in the lineup tomorrow. So they still have Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. A lot of people will be happy with that roster. That being said, James Harden, Kevin, was traded there on January 14th. It is now April 5th. I can't even believe how long that has been, and yet these guys have only played 7 games all together. That could be a problem as they go into the playoffs. You do need some chemistry, and not just between them, because James Harden and KD, they played together in Oklahoma City. They know each other so well, but with the other guys on the team too, knowing what those guys are going to do, how they work together. So that is the thing we're all watching. Not how the Nets do over these next 10 days without James, but just can they get to a point where they have a consistent 2 or 3 weeks where all 3 of their stars play together before we go into the playoffs in that 3rd week in May.
Excellent point. This concept of 7 games together so far. And let's not forget, you got Blake Griffin on the team, LaMarcus Aldridge. So there are some dynamics that have changed, at least on the bench side. So, again, you mentioned the good news. Kevin Durant listed as probable for tomorrow against the Pelicans. A reminder that The Jump is on daily on ESPN starting at 3 p.m. Eastern time with Rachel Nichols.
Thank you. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.